What's up guys, this is Dino here, and today I'll be adding the next part to What If Ash was born in the Dragon Clan. Before we begin this part, here's a short recap of what happened in the last part. Ash, Draco, Ethan and Silver, all four of them, were the qualifiers of the Victory Road, meaning that they will compete in a four-man tournament to determine who will challenge the Elite Four. In the last part, we ended off with the matchmaking being decided between Ash and Draco and the second semi-final between Ethan and Silver. And now, without further ado, let us resume where we left off. Ash and Draco took their place in the stands. They were both scheduled to battle with whatever Pokemon they currently had on hand. Draco simply asked Ash, "How many Pokemon do you have on hand?" And Ash replied by saying, "I have three Pokemon to battle with." And Draco said that he had a full team of six, but he will also be using three Pokemon. Ash told him that there is no need for that, but Draco insisted that he needs to make this battle fair. Team Rocket specifically targeted Ash for his Pokemon, meaning that he had to battle through a bulk of them, and this resulted in three of his Pokemon fainting. And if he defeats Ash with some technical advantage, it will not be worthy of a member of a Dragon Clan. So this battle will be fair. Draco will use his three Pokemon against Ash's three, and may the best one win. Ash smiles and gives him a nod, saying that he would expect nothing less from his greatest rival, and Draco nods. The battle begins. Ash sends out his Dunsparce, and Draco sends out a Rhyperior. The sheer strength of Rhyperior can be felt from its appearance. It is extremely well trained and has toughness written all over it. Rhyperior starts off with an earthquake attack, and Dunsparce takes it to the air, surprising everybody. Ash says that Dunsparce always had the ability to fly, and with a little bit of training, this ability has been refined beyond expectations. It then fires off an Ice Beam, which hits Rhyperior head-on, a super effective attack. Dunsparce then uses Ancient Power, but Rhyperior uses Stone Edge. Due to Rhyperior being a rock type, it gets the stab bonus. On top of it, Stone Edge is a much more powerful attack than Ancient Power, so it manages to overpower Dunsparce's attack and hit it. Although Ancient Power was unable to overcome Stone Edge, its added effect is visible as Dunsparce gets a 1.5 boost in all its stats. It then charges up a Water Pulse, and Draco, taking a page out of Ash's book, orders Rhyperior to use Stone Edge as a shield to defend itself. And Ash simply tells Draco that this is not going to work, as this has been tested by him before. And true to Ash's word, the Water Pulse, boosted by the increased stats of Dunsparce, manages to blast through the rock wall and hit Rhyperior head-on. Although Rhyperior is extremely tough and durable, this quadruple effective attack is enough to take it out in one blow. Draco sends out his second Pokemon, Hakamo. Is it? Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot the name of this Pokemon. Yeah, so it's Hakamo. I'm sorry, this is extremely embarrassing. I hope you guys don't murder me in the comment section. Really sorry. He sends out Hakamo, and the battle begins as Hakamo uses a Clangorous Soul, and this results in its own stats also being boosted, thereby making this battle even. It then fires off a flamethrower, which hits Dunsparce, causing a lot of damage. Dunsparce then fires off an Ancient Power, but to his shock, Hakamo uses a Drain Punch attack and blasts through the Ancient Power and hits Dunsparce with a super effective attack. Dunsparce is sent flying, but it manages to hold its ground and fire off an Air Slash, which results in Hakamo flinching, and this gives Dunsparce a free hit. It charges in, however, just then Hakamo starts to glow, undergoing its evolution into Kommo-o. Draco simply smiles and tells Ash that this is the end of the line for him, as he pulls out a weird-looking crystal from his cape, and this crystal starts to glow, along with Kommo-o. Ash Ash recognizes that this seems familiar to Mega Evolution, but this is something entirely different. And just then a weird energy starts to surge itself around Kommo-o as it unleashes something that Draco calls a Z move. This is Clangorous Soul Blaze. The attack hits Dunsparce, and it's nowhere near enough durable to take the hit, and this results in it fainting. And on top of this, Kommo-o gets another boost in all of its stats, now making it almost unbeatable. Draco tells Ash that this is where the battle ends, as he cannot possibly fathom the power of Kommo-o, and Ash tells him to not get cocky, as the battle has just begun. He sends out his own fully evolved dragon type, Garchomp, and this is where Draco realizes that despite the boosted stats, Garchomp is just at the whole another level. It constantly uses Dig and Stone Edge from distance to maintain its distance from Kommo-o, thereby avoiding all its attacks. And the sneak attacks are giving Kommo-o a hard time, rendering it unable to land any attack despite it having most of the advantage in the stats department. Kommo-o tries another Drain Punch, but Garchomp uses an Earthquake to hold it in its place, and this is followed up by a Dig, once again using a guerrilla tactics to confuse and frustrate Kommo-o. It finally emerges from the ground and rushes with a Dragon Rush attack. Kommo-o blocks the attack with with a Drain Punch, but this is just what Ash was planning. He orders Garchomp to use a technique that that it used to rely on while it was still agreeable, and this was biting down on its opponent's limbs. And it does just that, biting down on Kommo-o's hand. Ash then orders a Draco Meteor, and Draco desperately tells Kommo-o to get out of there. The meteor envelops Kommo-o and sends it crashing into the air, following which it crashes to the ground along with the meteors, thereby rendering it unable to battle, and giving Garchomp the victory. In an extremely unlikely battle, Draco smiles and tells Ash that he did not expect Garchomp to be this strong, and Ash has proven him to be a worthy rival. He sends out his final Pokemon, Salamence, his starter, and this battle immediately goes downside. Salamence proves to have the speed and power advantage over Garchomp, which is absolutely crazy because Ash and Garchomp trained their ass off before this battle. So Ash was pretty sure that Garchomp would be able to hold its own against any dragon type. But seeing Salamence completely outclass it is coming off as a surprise. Even Garchomp's usual tactics, using the dig and earthquake attack, are absolutely useless against a flying type. So Ash, so Ash has to go for a broke, and he orders a Dragon Rush. As Garchomp rushes towards Salamence, Draco orders a Draco Meteor. Yeah, that definitely sounded weird. However, Garchomp is able to dodge every meteor and hit Salamence head-on, causing a massive explosion. But when the dust settles, it is revealed that Salamence has undergone its mega evolution into Mega Salamence, and it is holding Garchomp, thereby stopping the Dragon Rush straight in its tracks. Draco then orders a Dragon Pulse, which hits Garchomp at a point-blank range, and this is enough to take down the mighty Garchomp, thereby bringing Ash down to his last Pokemon. Ash sends out his own starter, Tyranitar, thereby bringing the story into a full circle. These Pokemon had battled two times, once in their first stage and the next battle was in their second stage. And in both the battles, Salamence was able to completely outclass Tyranitar, and Draco assured us that this time it will be no different, as Ash and Tyranitar looked on determined to prove him wrong. Tyranitar starts off with its own version of the Dark Pulse, which Salamence barely dodges, thereby showing Tyranitar's improved speed. This goes on for a while, with both Pokemon trading long range attacks, before realizing that they are even in their department, so they have to get in close. Draco goes for the broke, ordering a Brick Break attack, as Salamence rushes in towards Tyranitar. It hits it with a Brick Break, but Tyranitar, taking a page out of Salamence's book, holds on to its wings and unleashes a point-blank Dart Pulse, which sends it flying. However, Salamence is able to recover pretty quickly. This battle is two thumbnails, both proving to be even. Salamence lands a Brick Break, and once again Tyranitar lands a Dark Pulse. This battle continues to rage on, getting more and more violent with every single blow landed. When Tyranitar seems to have gained the upper hand, Salamence is able to overcome it by flying into the air and launching powerful long range attacks. And when Salamence seems to have gained the upper hand, Tyranitar is able to intercept most of its attack and counter them. Draco finally realizes that he needs to go for his most powerful move to end this, as he orders Salamence to go for Outrage. He tells Ash that although Tyranitar may have gained the dragon typing, it is not a true dragon, and this attack will prove it. Salamence starts to envelop itself in a bright red aura, which is emitting a sheer amount of rage. And with the outrage attack charged in, it rushes towards Tyranitar, hitting it continuously back to back to back. And this causes massive damage as Tyranitar, due to being the part dragon type, is weak to other dragon attacks. Ash desperately calls Tyranitar to hold on, as every time Tyranitar is knocked down, through sheer will it gets back up. Draco tells Ash that him and his Pokemon are really tough, but there is a difference between being tough and being talented, and this time he will prove that his raw talent will beat Ash's toughness, as he orders a final blow. As Salamence rushes in, Ash tells Tyranitar that this is time to unleash their special attack, as Tyranitar fires off its own version of the Dragon Pulse, which also takes a bright red aura around it. Salamence flies into the Dragon Pulse, and an epic collision takes place. Salamence trying to blast through the Dragon Pulse and into Tyranitar, and Tyranitar trying to use the Dragon Pulse to hold Salamence off and send it flying backwards. In the stands, the Claire and the Elder look on, alongside other members of the Dragon Village, all of them at amazement to see how the Pokemon that they thought was a weakling was now battling the strongest Pokemon of the Dragon Clan village. The battle ends after Tyranitar's Dragon Pulse is able to overcome Salamence's outrage and send it crashing backwards, knocking it out, giving Ash the victory and qualifying him for the finals. Ash hugs Tyranitar and says that they have finally done it. They have not only defeated Draco but also proved to everyone that hard work can beat raw talent every time. Draco walks up from behind and tells them that that is absolutely correct. After his loss against Claire, he had to reinvent himself, and this was the best version of him, and still Ash managed to defeat him. So he has nothing but respect for Ash, and wishes that once the battle again, that will be a full battle with under normal circumstances. And he tells Ash to win this battle not only for him but also for the entire Dragon Clan village. And Ash tells him that he definitely will. After this, they witness the epic battle between Silver and Ethan. The battle comes down to Ethan's Typhlosion versus Silver's Feraligatr. And although Typhlosion is at a type disadvantage, it is proving to be able to battle at even grounds against Silver's Feraligatr. This battle is something that none of them had ever experienced before. This was extremely high level, rivaling and maybe even surpassing the power level which was shown between Ash and Draco. The battle comes to its climax when Ethan orders a Blast 1 attack and Silver orders a Hyper Beam attack. Both attacks collide, resulting in a huge explosion which shatters the entire stadium. But when the dust settles, Typhlosion is the one to emerge victorious, thereby making Ethan the second qualifier. Silver congratulates Ethan but tells him that this is just the first step in his journey to become the strongest trainer in the world, and they will definitely have a rematch. Before departing, Silver looks at Ash and tells him that he will get his rematch as well before leaving. So the final battle is set. This will be between Ethan and Ash. The proctor comes to the stage and announces that their final battle will be a one-on-one battle. So they will have a chance to heal one of their Pokemon. And in about 2 hours or so, the finals will take place. They both depart to the Pokemon Center, and while there, the Elder asks Ash which Pokemon will he be using, and Ash says that he will be using his Sceptile, as Tyranitar is still pretty tired from the battle against Salamence, and he has to rely on Sceptile's Mega Evolution to win this battle. So with that in mind, after 2 hours, both Ethan and Ash take their place in the stadium, both ready to battle it out to determine who will challenge the Elite Four. The battle begins and Ash sends out his Sceptile, and to everyone's shock, Ethan sends out his Red Gyarados. The battle begins as Ash orders Sceptile to charge up an energy ball and fire it towards Gyarados, who counters it using a flamethrower attack. The flamethrower manages to overpower the energy ball and charges towards Sceptile. However, Sceptile manages to dodge the attack. It then fires off a Dragon Pulse, which Gyarados counters by using a Dragon Breath. The two Dragon type moves collide, which results in an explosion. Sceptile uses this explosion as cover to get in close on Gyarados and fire and use a point blank energy ball, which causes some major damage on the water and flying type. Gyarados then uses a Dragon Breath at close range. However, Ash tells Sceptile to hold the attack and send it backwards at Gyarados, and Sceptile does just that, catching the attack and flinging it back at Gyarados, thereby causing it even more damage. Once again, Gyarados fires off a flamethrower which Sceptile manages to dodge. Ethan realizes that Sceptile is much faster than Gyarados, so he has to do something to even that speed disadvantage out. So he orders Gyarados to use a Dragon Dance, and this boosts its attack and speed stats. Now being even in speed, Gyarados unleashes a Dragon Breath, which travels much faster, and Sceptile is unable to dodge. Sceptile begins to charge up an energy ball, but once again Gyarados proves its speed advantage by using a flamethrower, which blasts Sceptile before it can finish charging up its attack. This battle goes on back and forth, with both Pokemon having their moments. However, both realize that they need to go all out to determine who is truly the better trainer, and both Sceptile and Gyarados go their respective Mega Evolution into Mega Sceptile and Mega Gyarados, bringing the battle into a whole another level. This battle once again goes on both sides, both Pokemon having their moments. Gyarados has gained the power advantage, but Sceptile has once again gained the speed advantage. Both trade shots back and forth, neither willing to give an inch. The battle comes to its climax, and Sceptile goes for a Leaf Storm attack, and Gyarados counters it with a Dark Pulse. Both attacks collide and result in a massive explosion, and when the dust settles, Sceptile is the one remaining standing. This meaning Ash has won the Johto League, and now and Ethan congratulates his friend, saying that if he had to lose to anybody, he was glad that it had to be Ash, and tells him that they will definitely battle again, and he will be rooting for Ash to become the new champion. And Ash tells him that they will definitely battle again, and he will meet Ethan up very soon. Ash is awarded the winner's trophy by Lance, who is looking really weird in this picture for some reason. And with that, we have a new winner of the Johto League. Ash is given 1 year time to prepare to challenge the Elite Four. And when he meets the Elder outside the Indigo Plateau, he asks the Elder for some advice. Where to train for this battle. Sure, he can train in the Dragon Shrine, but he doubts that he will get any more gains there. And the Elder tells Ash that sometimes when we want to reach the new level, we have to go out of their comfort zone. Dragons and dragon tamers hate ice, but if they train under uncomfortable conditions, they will truly shatter through their limits. And Ash has to do just that. He then points towards a mountain far away and tells that this is Mount Silver. This is a place where the strongest of Pokemon live in the harshest of conditions. And if Ash truly wants to reach the champions level, he has to train there. And Ash agrees to this. After 6 months of preparing himself for the training, he departs off to Mount Silver to train for 6 months before he will return and challenge the Elite Four. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you guys like this part, and I hope you guys understand that doing a two full 6-on-6 battles would have been really really tough for me. So that's why I decided that Let's cut the battle short and reserve the true feel of a full battle for the Elite Four members, right? Because of course I could have done Ash versus Ethan and Ethan versus Silver, showed all of them to be 6 on 6, but it just takes away the feel, right? You deserve this epic battle moment once we reach the true champions level. So that's why I will be reserving the full 6 on 6 battles for the Elite Four. So I hope you guys understand that, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you very very soon, and make sure to check the Poki Hour podcast. I have very special guests planned after Christmas, so I know you guys will like it. Anyways, thank you for watching, guys. God bless.